The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm, serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Hi everyone, Lieber King with the Sports Scouting Report podcast and Louisiana Football Magazine since '97. Our guest today, I met him when he was in high school as a wide receiver at Evangel Christian High School. And I was hearing about this receiver that nobody could guard, a slot receiver. His name's Thomas Bachman, who's now the head football coach of Alexandria High School in Alexandria, Louisiana. We're going to have him come on next. And after that, we got some of his top players, a lot of his players. He's got a good team coming back at Ash, as they call it here in Alexandria, Ash High School. But we're going to have Thomas Bachman join us. We're going to talk about his old days at Evangel Christian, if he doesn't mind talking about it. His dad, who was a great coach and a phenomenal guy, also was a coach at Evangel Christian. We'll talk about that. And just, we got a lot to talk about in about 7 minutes really quick, which should take about an hour, but we don't have an hour, but we'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back, everybody. And I want to mention this, if a mom or dad watches for Ash, Alexandria High School, the preview's up online to read. I don't even think the kids know that, but I even asked them if they knew, and they didn't even know, but we put it up this morning for the district for 5A that Ash is in, and we've promoted the team. I interviewed Coach a couple of months ago, talked to him over the phone, got some pictures from some of the kids, and some of those kids are here today. But I want to go ahead and introduce Coach Bachman. Thomas, thank you.
Glad to be here.
One of the best coaches in North Louisiana. A humble, hard-working man here. I remember seeing you at Hahnville 2 years ago, and I remember watching the scrimmage. You were at Hahnville, and there was a bunch of other teams, South Lafourche, Jesuit,
Jesuit, Ruston,
Carr.
Trying to think, yeah, it was Hahnville, obviously. We were playing at their place. Yeah, it was the spring of 21, I think.
And I took a picture of you with Coach, the old coach from St. James, Rodrigue. We used it for the
man
preview, the man, Coach Rod.
Coach Rod, the one and only.
And you got that game face on like all coaches do, and you're about to scrimmage, and you're like, I got a young running back that's going to be good. I said, what is he? He's a sophomore. I was so impressed with that kid that day who's coming on the day that's committed to LSU, JT. But the way he runs the ball, the way that's tough as he is, and then I was impressed with your team. And I'm talking about 2 years ago. Before that, they were good. But the intensity, Thomas, you took it to another level at the school. I saw it. I was at the scrimmage. I was like, man, these guys are really tough.
Well, the kids have embraced it. I think that's a huge part of it. The staff obviously deserves a lot of the credit. It's more than just a one-man show. I mean, the coaches have done a great job of embracing it and trying to model it every single day. And, the thing that I would say is, as you mentioned, JT, being able to point him out. I mean, obviously, kids come through the program and you can recognize, all right, this kid goes on a path. You can see the God-given ability, but, he made such a strong impression on us in those early years with the work ethic. You could see that he was going to put in the time that it takes to develop yourself to go along with all that talent. And it's really fun and it's very rewarding that, when you identify them and when they're young, and then here we are a couple of years later and they're starting to fulfill some of that potential that they have. Those are the best things. Some of the best things in coaching is, one, to recognize potential, but to see a young man develop himself and begin to realize some of that potential. Those are a lot of the things that we take with us long after the games are done.
I was impressed with the intensity, and your staff does a great job. Your background at Evangel, you were around that. And you were around, like, there was no nonsense. It was fun.
Very fortunate when
I were close.
Yeah, very fortunate when I think back just over my life, being the son of a coach. My brothers are coaches. the coaches that I played for, Coach Dunn, the example that he was. Just I draw on it, still to this day, 20-something years later, I still can see myself standing on that field and the things that were poured into us and the things that were said, and then the lives that they modeled too. That's so much of it too, just the impact that the coaching profession has had on me throughout my life. I certainly have been exposed to some incredible things. Very blessed, very fortunate in that regard, who I've been able to play under and learn from.
Your dad, John Bachman, a long time in Evangel, and he coached a little bit Red River, and done no better example
than what I got to live with there, seeing it every single day. And I've said this a couple of times in a couple of different interviews. It's one thing to see the coach in, when he's out in front of everything. It's another thing to live with it and, see the weight that you carry sometimes and how they carry it and how I think my dad's biggest strength is he generally, he cared about people. And to carry that weight of caring about people each and every day and wanting to see them become the best version of themselves was the best example that a person could hope for as they get into coaching. I got to see it every day living with my dad.
And you came off of a team that has two coaches. Byron Dawson's the head coach of Centenary. Mm-hmm. He was one of your D linemen when you were a receiver.
Yep. Byron's a little bit I was a youngin' when Byron, but Byron, there's probably a whole lot more if you were to sit and think about it.
The Hesters.
Yep, obviously.
Not just Jacob, but his brothers.
Jacob and Adam and Chance is at Catholic now. And there's a lot that have come through. If we were to sit here and really think about it, we could probably name a dozen more that are in the coaching profession.
Right. But what a heck of a program then, and still they're coming back. Mm-hmm. What's your goals this year, Coach? I mean, y'all been in the state championship game not long ago. Mm-hmm. You came close, and y'all came close to winning it. And last year y'all had a great year, and y'all were young. Right. Still had a great year. Mm-hmm. And this year you got a mix of young and good older guys.
I think your goal's to be the last one standing. I think that's always your goal as you get into it this time of year. Not going to set limitations. It's very rare that you outperform your own expectations, so we're going to set high expectations. So the goal is certainly, to be the last one standing, but, we don't necessarily spend a whole lot of time just talking about that. We try and focus on the here and now and, how we can take advantage of the opportunity that's right in front of us today. And so that's really, we don't necessarily run around talking about all that all the time, but I think the standards and the way you're trying to operate, that is the end goal always.
What do you think of the staff? You've been there for a few years now, but y'all have had some guys move on that's because of the winning. Yeah. You've had some guys go to Louisiana Christian to coach.
Yeah, you always want guys to pursue, what's best for them and their family. We're, going to be the biggest supporters and biggest advocates for anybody that ever calls about some of the guys that are on our staff. If they feel like that's best for their family, we certainly want them to pursue that. But we do have a core group of guys that have been there really since the very beginning that, I really wish got their name said more often because they are really the things, the ones that hold it all together.
You want to mention something?
Yeah, so Darren Freeman, comes to mind. Coach Freeman could have been a head coach a decade ago. I've been working with Coach Free for a long time now, working side by side, and he's going to be a head coach the day he chooses to be a head coach. Just very, very fortunate that he's there. Josh Mercer's our defensive coordinator. Got an incredibly bright future in this profession. Yeah, he's awesome. Ryan Russo's been a head coach. He coaches linebackers for us. Coach OJ coaches our D linemen. As I sit here and start naming people, it's like, man, I left this one out or that one out, and just so many quality people. Jackie Skipper coaches our running backs, handles the weight room, strength and conditioning, the development of our players. Just a lot of guys that have been together, and I think that's important. That while there's been some turnover, there always is. The core, the guys that are running things are the same faces that these guys saw when they were freshmen. They're still seeing them as seniors. There's still some continuity in the staff.
Coach, talk about non-district, because a lot of teams across the state or coaches would love to hear the non-district because y'all were always playing some tough teams. You don't back down from
we try not to. You try to embrace and, you just play who's out there for the most part. So we, as far as the preseason, we'll scrimmage Acadiana on the 23rd at home, and then we'll jamboree against Sterlington on the 29th at home. We'll open week 1. We'll go to West Feliciana. Week 2, we're at Union. Week 3, we host Destrehan at home. Week 4, we travel to Opelousas, and week 5, we're at home for against Manny, and that's I know I rolled through that pretty quick.
I've seen everybody's schedule in the state. That's the toughest one I've heard.
I know that there's a lot of there's a lot of people out there that challenge themselves and play some really tough schedule. I mean, we're just going to take it week by week and see what happens. But certainly feel like our district is one of the better districts that's out there as far as the quality of coach, the quality of player, the quality and the commitment from the communities that are involved in our district. That Northeast Louisiana, West Monroe, Ouachita, Ruston, Neville, that whole group is. I would say if you talk about Louisiana high school football, that certainly has been for generations. Those are the names that are certainly in the mix year in and year out. So, don't really. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're going to line up. We're going to play a game on Friday night.
Right.
And,
well, y'all going to be ready. You play all those teams. You're ready.
We better be.
You better be ready.
Better be ready.
Yeah. Coach, I appreciate you coming. We got your kids to interview. Thomas Bachman, former stud receiver at Evangel Christian, played college D1 ball, Texas Tech.
Correct.
And then you went to...
I finished at LC with Coach
LC.
Yep. Very thankful to LC, got my degree and opened a lot of doors for me.
Thomas has done a great job in a short time at Alexandria High School. We're going to come back with one of his star players. We've got a bunch of them to interview, but we'll be right back starting with one of the players. We'll see who wants to come first to do interviews. We'll be right back.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Hi everyone, welcome back. You heard Coach Bachman with Alexandria High School, does a great job, one of the best coaches in Louisiana in Class 5A. He's got one of the top players in the state. We mentioned him, JT Lindsey, who's a running back. He's going to be a 3-year starter. Really a big time player. And I'm going to brag about him before I introduce him, but saw him as a sophomore at a Hahnville scrimmage in full pads. We mentioned that on the show with Coach Bachman. What impressed me the most about this kid was not just his God-given talent, but his toughness, his competitiveness, and his effort, high effort. And you don't see that a lot with sophomores that are on varsity running against a Jesuit or a Edna Carr or a South Lafourche in a scrimmage, which is tough teams to run against. JT, good to meet you, man.
Yes, sir. Good to meet you too.
Congratulations on your commitment to LSU.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
A lot of LSU people see this show in Baton Rouge. So, and I know you've been asked this before, but what was it that made LSU? This is it. Like I'm going to LSU. What was it? Did it take you long to think about that when they offered?
It didn't take me long at all. I committed maybe like four days after I got the offer.
And who did you call? Who was the lucky coach at LSU? Who did you call?
I committed. I actually went to the spring game.
Okay.
So I talked to Coach Kelly and I told him.
Okay. And then Frank Wilson.
Yes, sir.
That's your position coach, huh?
Yes, sir.
What do you like most about LSU? Because LSU's easy to like, but is there like a couple of things that are like, this is what I like the Tiger or the stadium?
Everything. I've been liking it. I got so many little pictures of me. I've been having LSU gear on. I've been a football fan for LSU.
Come on.
Sir.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids in the state love LSU, and then, some kids leave the state. I get that sometimes, but when you can go, an hour and 2 hours away from home, not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
Playing 90,000, 95,000?
A whole lot.
Yeah. And they need running backs next year.
Yes, sir.
Because the only guy they got is Caleb Jackson coming up, basically. Sir. And then they sign one, but you need 4. Right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think is your strength, JT, going into your senior year? Like, what do you think is I know you're tough, and you hit the hole quick. You got a phenomenal burst. And I love how tough you are when you play and run. But what do you think you need to work? Do you need to work on anything?
Oh, yeah. Y'all got something to work on. Like, I need to get bigger. You got to understand what the defensive front doing, the DB backs. Like, say our wide receiver motion this way, see if you follow him, then he playing man, stuff like that.
Tell everybody, I know you kind of know your stats, but what did you rush for last year?
1,700.
Close to 2,000.
Yes, sir. 29 touchdowns.
29 TDs.
Yes, sir.
And what's it like playing for Coach Bachman? He's intense, but he wants to win, though.
Oh, it's great. I love every bit of it.
Yeah.
Best coach in Louisiana, maybe in the country. That's how I feel.
But he means well, though. He just wants y'all to get the most, right?
Of course.
Are you always pumping your line and getting on your guys during
All
the
the
game?
time.
Who is the biggest leader on the team? Would it be you?
I'll say me.
Keep guys straight?
I have to.
Because you've been around a long time doing this.
Yes, sir.
And you got a big O-line this year, huh?
Oh, yeah, I love them.
You want to promote them? I don't want to leave them out.
Oh, yeah.
You
My
want to talk
boy,
about your
Big
line?
Kobe, Big 71, got Connor Reed. He played, he started
Big
in
guy.
the card game. Yes, sir. That's his first time starting. Got Caleb Pearl. He's a dog. My cousin, he left us last year, Kim Carterine.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was your cousin?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. He was in the magazine last year. What is your favorite LSU game that you want to try to attend this coming year? Do you have
when
one?
they play against Ole Miss.
You want to go to that one?
Oh, yes, I got to go to that one.
Well, LSU has payback on them too, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Because they lost in a shootout. Remember that last play in the end zone?
Yes, sir.
That cost them the playoffs, probably.
Yes, sir.
So you think they can beat Ole Miss this year?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
They got to get to Ole Miss's quarterback.
Yeah.
And what do you think of Ole Miss's running back leaving to go to Ohio State?
I think it's more of a money thing.
Yeah, because he was doing great at Ole Miss.
It really was.
If you were ever in that position, I mean, you sound like a diehard LSU fan, though.
Yes, sir.
Like
I
you
am.
would be.
That's
You
home.
would like stick through, and as long as they paying you what everybody else is getting, I mean, that's
Yes,
what it's
sir.
right? But I don't think LSU would not pay a good running back what they should get, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think of NIL? What do you think of all this stuff?
I don't really worry about stuff like that because I'm just here to play football. You're going to get paid throughout the years, of course, but NIL, that's not my big focus. I want to play football.
Man, I'm glad you said that, because young kids today that put football first, all that's going to come, and they're going to take care of you.
Exactly.
What do you think, Coach Kelly?
Oh, I love him. He's such like a little kid on me. He's so energetic and everything like that. I like him.
Talking to him and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Who you want to give a shout out to, JT? You probably not asked this question a lot, but for where you are today, I know family is usually mentioned, but is there anybody that you want to thank outside of family, like where you are today?
Just my mama, really. Mama and God.
Mama's been a big influence with you. Is she a big football fan?
She is. They grown on her.
Academically too?
Oh, of course.
Stays on you?
Oh, all the time.
Well, you got a 3.5 GPA.
Yes, sir.
And your ACT, do you have ACT yet?
No, sir.
When do you take it?
I'm going to take it during, I want to say December.
Okay. And look, jersey number 6. So if you're in Alexandria and you're from Baton Rouge or New Orleans or Shreveport or Monroe, he's jersey 6. If you watch a game, now you get all your stream games. But number 6 running back, JT Lindsey, committed to LSU, one of the top running backs in the United States. And I will say this right now, JT, I think you're the best running back in Louisiana. And there's like 8 D1s.
Yes, sir.
Right? But Jasper I interviewed the other day from Shaw going to Michigan. He's really good. Mm-hmm. But what sets you apart, I think, to me, is how committed you are with effort.
Oh, of course.
Every time you get the ball, it's like, you're like that Tasmanian guy in the cartoons. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Like, you will not go down. And I think that's going to carry over for college for you.
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you, man.
Yes, sir. Good to meet you, too. Thank
JT
you.
Lindsey. We'll be right back.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Welcome back. You were able to meet JT Lindsey, the running back from Alexandria, one of the top running backs in the state. One of the sleeper wide receivers in Alexandria in the state is a kid by the name of Jimmy Duncan, who's going to be a senior this year and has played a lot of football at Alexandria. Jimmy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I was asking you, I was like, are you fast? You're like, no, I'm quick.
Like, I'm quick and smooth.
And you look that way on film, but, I'd rather be quick sometimes and fast because you don't take many hits. It's hard to get a big hit on you the way you move. I mean,
Really, I'll lower my shoulder because I used to play running back. So I will lower my shoulder if I have to. But usually, I'll juke somebody.
so that's taught you a little bit.
Yeah.
So being a running back's helped you at wide.
Yeah, I played running back all my life.
What's it like playing receiver now?
It's like, it fits me better because I know the game so well. Like, my IQ level was high as a kid.
Okay.
Just keep going, gradually increasing as soon as I got older. So I just went like outside the box.
Yeah.
So I just
You're 5'11", good height. What do you weigh? You didn't say what you weigh right now.
175.
175.
Yeah,
and you tell everybody the people that have offered you right now. You got 3 offers.
Yes, sir. I got Southeast Missouri, LC, and Millsaps, and more to come.
Who do you like? Who did you like growing up?
Like, you talking about football-wise?
Football, college?
I really looked at Tavon Austin, really, because he was, like, so exclusive, so, like.
West Virginia?
Yes, sir.
What about colleges that you like?
Really, I like West Virginia. I like Oregon. I like mostly up north schools.
Okay.
I don't really like down south schools.
You follow West Coast a lot?
Not West Coast, just anything up north. Because I've been in the South so much, I just want to experience up north.
Outside?
Yes, sir.
So if they further away, it's not going to harm the
No, sir.
So you'll go?
Yes, sir.
Your mom and dad okay with the distance?
Yeah, they okay with it.
Okay.
My cousin Jamar Monette, he in Indiana, so.
That's your cousin?
Yes, sir.
He was a heck of a D lineman.
Yes, sir.
We promoted him a lot. Mm-hmm. How's he doing in Indiana?
He doing good. I went up there a couple weeks ago. I stayed up there and went to their camp. The camp was smooth, but his roommates and teammates, they cool people.
He's got a chance to start this year, huh?
Yes, sir.
Defensive tackle, probably what, 6'2"?
About 6'3".
6'3" now, about what, 290, 300 pounds?
Close to it.
Big guy, big guy. Good to meet you, Jimmy.
Nice to meet you too.
Any thoughts before we go? Shout out to anybody you want to thank for where you are?
I really want to shout out to Coach B, Coach Free, Coach Donahoe, Coach Skip, really the whole coaching staff. They the reason why I'm here. My dad, my mom, the Jesus Christ himself. They the reason why I'm here today and why I come this far. So.
Well, good luck to you, man. Good luck. Can't wait to see Jimmy play his senior year. Saw him play as a junior. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scouting Report Podcast, Louisiana Football Magazine. We got a big lineman we want to introduce, Jacoby Morris, who's one of the main reasons JT Lindsey has holes to run through. You know, JT, one of the top running backs, commit to LSU, but Jacoby, 6'2", 310 pounds, upcoming senior. Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you too, Coach.
What's it like blocking for one of the top backs in the state? Doesn't that make you feel good every game?
Yeah, I think it makes the whole line feel good when we're making holes and we see them running to the touchdown. Just gives us a good feeling. Just makes us want to celebrate, be happy. Just makes our job a lot better at the end of the day.
What do you think about the O-line? Because I know not all of them are here, and I want you to be able to, if you want to mention some of your buddies, we don't leave them out.
Look out for my boy Caleb Pearl, Connor Reed, Aiden Price, Peter Lofton. That's the starting 5. Big
guys too.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're not the only big guy. There's 2 other ones are like what, 290, 300, a couple other guys. Do you think y'all got a chance to be one of the best O-lines at Ash ever?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The work we put in and the stuff we do every morning really is gonna make us mesh up well together so we can block and do our jobs and do it with efficiency and effort and just win every day.
Jacoby, you're going to be a senior, jersey 72. If you're watching the game, he's 72. Any college guys right now looking at you? Anybody you're looking at college-wise?
I talked to LA Tech and like a couple other colleges. That's really
still early on in the process.
Yes, sir.
Look, after he runs for 2,000 yards this year, JT, y'all all going to get offers probably. That's a good thing having a great back like that. And then we met Jimmy Duncan,
yes, sir,
who's going to be a heck of a wideout this year for y'all.
Yes, sir.
And then y'all got some other receivers and good offense and good defense. And what do you think of Bachman? What do you think of Coach?
Even though he gets on my tail almost every day, I love him as a coach because he lifts me up every day, encourages me, and just gets me hype every day, each morning, each practice, each game.
He's always wanting to win, and that's important, you know. He wants y'all to
he really just drives the winning spirit.
Fulfill your potential, too.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, Jacoby.
Thank you.
Good to meet you. One of the top offensive linemen in the Alexandria area and has a chance to be one of the top O-linemen in the state. What a good senior year. Going to be a senior this year, number 72. We're going to be back with more interviews. We'll be right back.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Welcome back. We're going to continue on with our recruit interviews at Alexandria High School. They got a lot of talent. Got a few guys left to interview. We want to go ahead and introduce Darius Washington. He's a wide receiver, slot guy, slash, punt return, kick return, whatever coach is going to have him do. Good to meet you, man.
You too, man.
5'5", 142, but it's hard to get a tackle on you.
Of course.
And that's your thing, huh? Like, get me the ball and make plays, right?
Do the work.
What's it like playing in this offense with a big O-line and having JT and having Jimmy? I mean, there's so many weapons.
Yeah, it's really good because with JT, he opens up because people just know about stopping a 4-star running back coming to LSU. That's really one of the main things they're worried about, even though they don't know that we have offensive weapons like with receivers like Jimmy, and then we have another receiver named Kirk couldn't make today, but we still have more weapons than people expect us to have.
You just keep fooling them doing one or the other, huh?
Yeah.
They think you're going to get it, JT gets it. If you don't get it, Jimmy or whoever else gets it. And what about the quarterback? What do you think y'all's quarterback?
I think about it good. Got a good arm on him. He could throw it. He know how to throw it. He know how to read different defenses. So if I'm not open, somebody else will be.
Okay. Darius, what do you think of this? This is going to be your senior year, man. This is it. What do you think?
I think we're going to have a good run. Out of all schools, I think we should make it to the championship, dominate the way we've been putting in work and practicing every day.
There you go.
Just show us that we should be the one to make it to the championship.
Final thoughts. Do a shout out to who you want to thank for where you are today. Who would you like to thank?
First off, I want to thank Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, like always. I wouldn't be here without him. I want to thank my brother, kind of introduced me to football. I was a big baseball player, but I saw him play football and I said I want to try too. My mom, my dad for bringing me where I needed to be, work out anywhere. And my 2 sisters always encouraging me, texting me every time, telling me I'm here, I made it where I want to be.
Gave them a plug, man. That's good. They're going to love that. Good to meet you, Darius.
You too.
Good luck to you this year, man.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back with more interviews with Alexandria High School.
Creed & Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys, serious injuries.
Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen back, your host. We're going to continue with interviews with ASH football players at Alexandria High School. Jaden Lewis is our next interview, free safety, great athlete, going to be a senior, 5'11", 165. And Jaden, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
I mean, y'all got a heck of a senior class. What do you think of the senior class?
We got a lot of people like JT. We got, our team is still young. We still got a lot of people behind us.
Y'all got a good senior group, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you think about the young guys? How are they coming around for ASH?
They're doing good. They're kind of pushing the weights. They're getting big. They're going to be good. They're going to be good.
What about college aspirations for you? You want to play college ball?
Yes, sir.
Anything going on or any camps for you coming up or anything?
I got an LC camp that's coming up and, trying to go to more camps because trying to get my name out there.
Pretty good hitter, I hear, at free safety?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
5'11", 165, can run. What do you think is your strength of your game? Like personally, what do you think your strength is?
I think my strength is probably covering people because I came from playing cornerback, so, good.
You can read, good instincts.
Yes, sir.
Watching the quarterback. There you go. Jaden, anything you want to say to the camera? Anybody you want to thank for where you are today?
Probably my mom, putting food on my plate. Yes, sir. She's been through a lot.
And who's your favorite college or pro football player? Do you have one?
College.
College, you got one that you like?
Probably Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, Colorado.
Yes, sir.
Quarterback.
Yes,
Deion's son.
Yes, sir.
He's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah,
People don't give him enough credit how good he is.
Yeah.
The first 3 games last year, he was phenomenal.
He was crazy.
Jaden, appreciate you joining us. Thank you for coming. And you're the last interview for ASH High School. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. And I know Coach Bachman and the staff are excited. The kids seem excited. I think they seem like they're just anxious to start. It's probably all the work. Let's go kick the football off, right? But good luck to ASH High School and the team, and we'll see you next show.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen.